Good morning. That was a bit strange. Let's try again. Good morning. Make sure I put my volume up. I did. Excellent. Right, I am trying something new with my computer. Bear with me. Okay. Right, I have somebody with me. Excellent. I hope you can hear me okay. Just give people a chance. I might have come on a little bit early. But I wonder if whoever is watching, if you could give me some thumbs up, just so that I know that you can hear me okay. And then I can carry on. I'd hate to do it and you couldn't hear me. Well, I don't know, that might be quite nice. Perhaps we should do crafting with no sound. Wouldn't be many hints and tips, would there? So maybe not. Okay. I'll give people a chance. Just a couple of thumbs up would be absolutely fabulous to know that you can hear me okay. And then I'll flip the camera and get on with it. Because we've got lots to do this morning. Goodness knows how many cards. Oh, excellent. Thank you. Right, bear with me. Let me flip the camera. You don't want to look at me. Let me. Oops. Just kick my bin over. That's not a good thing, is it? Okay. So I have placed my computer in a slightly different place today, hoping that I'll be able to read the comments while we craft. You never know. Excellent. So I've got Andreen and Philippa and Wendy and Jenny. Morning. Sorry if I have missed anybody else. Let me just whiz my computer back. I don't think anybody else had commented. Fabulous. Okay. So I found this in my cupboard and just thought, wow, that is so beautiful. I was actually struggling to remember how I did it, but I think it was brayering with the distressed oxides. And then I think this was Jamie's polymetallic ink splattered over it, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I thought, this is too pretty just to be sitting in the drawer. So let's make some cards. And then I thought, I wonder how many cards I could make out of that piece. So I have got my layers, frames and banners rectangle dies. These, I don't have stock of these anymore, but they may well still be available with the stockists. So I'm going to cut a panel out of the colour and I'm going to cut a panel out in the white. And then I thought I would start off with doing die cutting a happy birthday. So then this is a really good way to get a 2-for-1 card, because I can use my coloured letters, words, on my white background and my white words on my coloured background. So that's what I'm going to start with. Actually, I could do that all together, couldn't I? Why don't I take them down? I am going to use the outer bits, but let's move the other stuff out of the way. I was talking about what I was going to use. So I obviously want to get as much out as possible. And let's see how that looks like that. And then place my birthday. Wendy Stewart. I think that deserves detention. Morning, Joe. Morning, Ruth. Oh, morning, Brian. Sorry, lots of people have joined and it's right in front of me. Hi, Donna. I know that you're going to really love this live today, Donna, because goodness knows how many cards we're going to make. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Gail. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for joining me, ladies. But Wendy, you need to get onto that, Jeanette. Okay, so I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine and it's going to cut those out together. I might actually just put another piece to hold them together, because then I can cut it out of the white at the same time and we should get them in the same place. So bear with. Okay, so I've run this through my die cutter machine and it's cut my rectangle out. Joe, isn't it just a must-have? Okay, I'm going to have to, oh, I don't want to take those bits off though. Right, so I'm just lifting the tape so I can release the die. But I'm trying to keep the happy birthday together, because then I've got it in the same place. Oh, well, I've just taken it off, haven't I? Never mind. Never mind. It doesn't matter if it's not in the same place. It's a different card after all. Okay. So we'll keep those together. Obviously got to get my word out. So let's use my pokey tool. I don't even know why I'm worrying about keeping it together. I could inlay the wording so it was in exactly the same place on either card. I'm just trying to think if I'm really bothered. I don't think I'm bothered about that. I think what I'm going to do, actually, this is going to be what this is like a little bit. I'm going to keep changing my mind, okay? So I think I'm just going to use some scraps of card for my happy and my birthday, and I will die cut the whole panel from the white. Now, the reason I opted to do them separately is because this white one, when I put this down, I don't just want my wording on the white background. I wanted to give my background, let's get the bits out. I just love how they just pop out. It is such a lovely die, Wendy, and I'm not just saying that. You do need this in your stash, definitely. It's such a useful one to have for a really nice, quick and easy, but very effective card. So rather than just putting it down on the white card, even though that would look lovely because you've got the detail of the embossed dots and everything on the scallop, but I thought I'm going to run it through an embossing folder. So I'm just going to pop that down and run this through. Now this might take me a few minutes because I've got to get my plates right, so bear with. Honestly, why can I never remember? My actual mixed plate has detached itself from each other. It got dropped. But look how lovely that looks. So now when I put this on here, you've got that lovely bit of interest in the background as well. So I think that is going to be what I'm going to do. Yeah, just for a little bit of background. Definitely, Donna. I use it, well, I do quite often use just embossing fold. It just gives you that little bit of interest without actually having to do anything more. Okay, so you need to keep all these bits. This is the one time you mustn't throw those pieces away, because we want our other happy birthday to make sense, and it doesn't at the moment. So, oh, Tracy, I don't know if you've seen, but your beautiful parcel arrived this morning, so thank you very much. Got some amazing bits to show you all soon. Now, what I would do first is I definitely want to put this one down before before I stick the happy down, because I want to use it as a guide for getting my bits in the middle in the right place. But what I need to think about now, because I want the white ones and not the pink ones. Yes, because I want what? No, I do need pink, don't I? I'm sorry, I'm going mad now. Right, so you either stick your background down first, so you have to make your mind up whether you want any dimension or whether you want this to be flat. So I'm going to make it a bit more difficult for myself, and I'm going to add some dimension. And I'm sorry, Philippa and Brian, but I am going to use foam pads rather than cardboard, because if I'd have thought about it, I could have had them all cut up ready. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some foam pads around, but I need enough. This is why I should have used cardboard, because then it would be lovely. I could always, if I'd have kept the happy birthday together with the other die, I could have cut several just white cards, scrap cards, ones you've made mistakes on, and layered them up. That looks really, in fact, I'll do that. I won't do that today, but I will do that one time, because that actually is a really nice way to get a lovely dimensional sentiment, and you're just literally using scrap card up. So when I die cut it, you would have kept it all together and then die cut this, the scallop edge and the happy birthday out of scrap card and layered them together, like 2 or 3, and then that would have given you some dimension as well, which is a really nice way to do it. Because this way that I've done it, I need to add dimension to all those little bits, because they've got to be raised up as well. I need one more thinner piece. Okay, so I'm going to pop this down first of all. I do have my little foam pads that I could use for that. And I've also got the thin skinny pieces as well, which are good for sentiments. I'm so sorry, Brian. Please don't be cross with me. Okay, so I'm placing this down. Now you need to get this where you want it on your piece of card. And I've just got an A6 piece of card. I'm going to put it onto a 5x7, I think, eventually. Okay, so now I'm going to put my word in the hole. Now I know it's going to drop through, but at least I'll know. Hang on. Oh, I knew I shouldn't blow. If I know I shouldn't do it, why do I do it? Anyway, right, I've done it now. Okay, so let me put my little foam pads and Well, you're really going to see how messy a crafter I am today, aren't you? Okay, little foam pads, and I can pop that down in the centre of the A. A little foam pad in the centre of my P, or P's. Get the easy bits done first. So you can take the backing off. Okay, well they didn't have any backings on and they're not sticky, so that's good. So if that ever happens, oh, and the nozzles come off my glue bottle again. Oh no, not today, come on. Be kind to Julie. No. Okay. Right, so I know that the darker colours are up the top, so I know that that is the bit from the P there. And I'm guessing that that is the bit, because I've got a bit of white. So you do need to follow your pattern. So when you're taking the bits out, be very sensible to keep them for the words together. Okay, and then we've got the little bit for the A. And I'm going to leave that just so these can dry a little bit before I take the wording off. Or out again. Right, so firm this down. Better. Right, so again, I need, oh, I'm sorry, I've got, that's it, had a bit of the hairy card that was showing and I didn't want it to. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to read the comments. I'm still not doing very good. It is better where it is. Okay, I will go back and see if there's anything that I need to answer afterwards. I know that Philippa is on here and Tracy now as well, and I know that Philippa and Tracy and Joe, sorry, are all good at answering any questions, but if there's anything that I need to do afterwards, I will do. So let's get the backings off. I think these might be really old, and I've picked up a set that there's no glue left on them. Maybe that was why they were in a different place. Okay, so let's get the center for our B. At least with the glue, it does give you that bit of wobble time, or wiggle room, wobble time. Oh no, where's the center of the A gone? Oh, so now I get really cross with myself because I've lost a piece out the middle. Ah, no I haven't. It did go under there. When I blew stupidly. Got it. Good. Okay, so that can go on there. But at least with a bit of glue, you do have that time to move your pieces around. You do get a bit of wiggle room. So that's good. Okay. Stop moving it, Julie. Leave it alone. So then I'm going to take, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a piece of foam for that piece. I might just need to stick that bit down. We'll try. Okay, so this is my little thin strips of foam pads. Now the only problem could be that they might not be exactly the same depth, but I don't think you'll notice it on the card. Okay, so let's pop, this one definitely has a piece of paper on the back, and these definitely are sticky, as long as I can get them off. Okay, so let's have the bit that goes in my Y, try and tuck it behind, and then the bit that goes in the A. So if you want to make this easier for yourself, don't put your word on with foam pads. If you leave the foam pads off, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy to add the bits back in. I have made it more difficult for myself because I wanted that dimension, and because I've given that time to dry, you can now read the word in. Oh, that's what that long thin piece is. Aha. Right, I'm not even going to try and put foam pad behind that, and that bit of glue isn't going to work. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of glue on my hand, and where are my tweezers? Grab that piece of card and put some glue on it, and then pop it down in the hole between the A and the P. Just let that just adhere a second. Remove my word again and firm that down. And now my happy looks much better. So now I can take my birthday out. If you decide I don't like this and I want to do a word in, well, I've done my word in anyway that I'm going to put, was going to put in with it. But if you do this and then you decide I need the actual die cut, let's get rid of, for it to make any sense, or a bit more sense, which I do think it needs. So the die cut happy birthday that I did, I'm going to take this out, and I don't need to worry about the centres for these ones because I'm not using these for anything. So I can get rid of those and pop this out. It just die cuts this so beautifully. Okay, so we've got birthday, and let's just get the happy, get rid of those. I will tidy up in a minute. I'm determined I wanted to craft like Philippa and Tracy and Hazel, how it's always so, and Joe. It's always so lovely and clean and tidy, but it doesn't happen for me. Okay, so I am going to run these through my embossing folder and emboss those so that I can put them on my card. Bear with. And I did it the wrong way round. Okay, so what I've done is I've done the deboss, and I don't want it like that. So that came like that. So I need to turn it over and do it again, and let's see if I get it the right way around. Oh, I just debossed it again. I've just debossed it again. Okay. So I did it that way, so I've got to do it back to front. Bear with me again. Oh dear. Yay! So even if you emboss it wrong, don't think you've got to leave it like that. You can put it through again and again until you want it how you want it. Oh, Lou, that's lovely that you've never seen embossed letters before. So I could pop these in here. Oh, now you see, with those bits in there, now it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? How lovely. Now let's just pop it in. I will glue it in, obviously. How lovely does that look now? Need to get it right so you can see the embossing. Oh, I love that you're more messy than me, Jack. Thank you. So lovely to have everybody's company, so thank you. Right, so let's get rid of these. I'll just push them to one side just in case. So now I have to decide, is this it? Am I going to stick them in so that it's, oh, I could stick it flat. Or I'm going to do that. Right, let's take it out and put some glue on the back. I am going to stick it flat to my card. Oh, not with this glue, I'm not. Right, as soon as I finished, I'm going to order another glue bottle, because instead of keep trying to make it work, so I'm taking the excess off because I don't need lots of glue. I just need enough for it to stick down, and I think we all probably put way too much glue on. So I'm going to use my pokey tool to pop it past the pieces that I've stuck on with the foam pads. So this is going to be laying flat against my card now, and the other pieces will be raised up. So the negative bits, the bits between my letters, will be raised, but the bits either side, if I can get my pokey tool under there, because that didn't have any foam pad behind it, which is why if you die cut it out of several pieces of scrap card and glued those together, you would have so much better dimension, because all the bits behind these pieces would be raised up. I'll try and remember to do that on my next live. Okay, so it's set back now, but you can still see those lovely embossed letters. Oh, I always do it on the back of my hand. It's really bad, but it's good because later there'll be loads of glue to pick off. Aren't I terrible? Okay, so a little bit of glue, and because this is a bit bigger, this is obviously easier to put the glue on than Hazel's little sentiment. So the fact that it's a nice bigger sentiment, it does make it easier. But if you just dab off the excess, then you won't get those bits of glue splodging through. Right, let's get rid of any hairy bits. Let's pop that down. Get that in the right place. Pokey tool is perfect for this because you can pop it down, and then you can even run the pokey tool around the edge of the bit that you've raised up, just to help to get the bits flat on your card that you want and the bits raised up that you want. So the pokey tool is perfect for just sliding that underneath and then just popping that down. Make sure you get it glued, stuck down. I could have put foam pads on this and raised it up as well, but it's nice to see both ways, so you can make your mind up what you want to do. So let's lift that up and pop my H under. It does make it really easy when you use the pokey tool. Just follow around the edge of all your letters and make sure they're firm down nicely, that you've got them where you want them to be. But that it is glued to the base of your card as well. And then if you've got anything that's just not quite in the right place, that's when the pokey tool is a really big help. Okay, let's get that piece up first of all. Oh. There we go. Right, so that piece is up, and now this piece. Just needs to get underneath there. There we go. Just that little tiny bit there, sorry, but and that's because it's got no foam pad behind it, has it? So I'm going to have to help it get it out from underneath. There we go. Right, so now we have that really pretty embossed happy birthday, and we'll wait and see if we add any flowers to this. So that is the start of our base for card number 1. So I'm going to glue this down, surprisingly enough. I'm not going to raise this one up, so let's do this. You could always die cut some double-sided sticky back sheet and then pop the die cut, pop that on the back of the die cut, and then you can peel the self-adhesive off the back, and then you've got your letters that will go down beautifully. You can always put self-adhesive on the back of your card and then die cut it. That's a really good way to do it, so that you get that sticky on the back. I loved the idea that Tracy shared the other day. I know it wasn't Tracy's idea, but that she'd seen it and shared it with using the packing tape, parcel tape, the clear, I should have said, because I had somebody comment, oh, it look horrible with brown, because she didn't realise you could get it in clear. She thought I put brown tape over the top of it, but no, it's the clear packing tape. But it gives a lovely embossed finish to your die cuts, and they just look like you've heat embossed them. It's such a clever trick for clear enamelled look. Fab. Okay, so I'm just firming my birthday down, and because we're on to the embossed pattern, you do need to give it a little bit of a helping hand. Okay, so now that's down, so I can't have all this on the back of my hand, but it does just rub off. Right, I need, oh, I've only got 3 5x7 cards made. That might be it then, Donna. So this can go on here. I could put them on, no, I know. I could put them on a smaller one. Right, so this piece that I have left, I thought for this piece, I'm going to, right, let's clean up as I go. Can you see that bit off there? Oh, you can a little bit. You can still see that there's a mess there. Thought I was going to get away with that. Okay, so I am going to cut this little piece off. So keeping it as close. Oh, I could use that even, look. There, Donna, there's another frame. Cut it all down the same. Not going to do that though. Okay, so I want to use my, let me move these. On those at the moment. I'm going to use my Floral Fancies stamp set. Now this is one of the first ones. This is going back to 2019, but it's still available. This is one of my best sellers, and I want to use this stamp, or at least this die, to do some flowers for one of the cards. So I want to make sure that I've got enough room to die cut that, but I'm just going to cut a strip off. So I'm going to cut that strip first of all, and now I've got this left to die cut. So I'm going to die cut that flower and those two, and I'm going to do those. I wonder if we can get that up there. Sure we can. Let's use a bit of this tape. Right, so let's put that one there. Let's see if we can get these. Oh yes, look at that, we can get those side by side. Right, I'm just going to die cut these. Oh, not with that or not. Okay, so I have my die cut flower that I can stamp onto in a minute, and another flower and another flower. So I think I will use 3 flowers for that card, and I will have, I'm going to keep them all very similar, like using the same products if you like. So I'm going to take my white piece of card and I'm just going to emboss this. It's no good flipping between the two, is it? Can't remember which plate. Okay, so I've got a nice white embossed piece that I'm going to put my flowers on. And I'm probably not going to put a sentiment on this because I have so many cards in my cupboard. And when I come to want one, I've never got the one with the right sayings on. So I think I'm going to leave this just with no wording on. So I've still got this bit left. So let's get another piece of card. In fact, let's get a couple of little cards. Let's not do them all the same. Let's have a couple of this size. I mean, I could put that one on there, although it might be nicer. I could even trim that off. I'm going to trim that back. Could have just done it on my card, couldn't I? Never mind. Right, we'll have that one on there, and that one's going to go on that little one. So I've got a big one again now. So I'm going to have this. I'm going to have a strip of card on there, and I'm going to die cut the flowers again out of white card. So I'm going to die cut the flowers out of here, and then I'm going to pass them through my embossing folder. So bear with. So I die cut my flowers first of all, my 3 flowers again, out of my white card, and ran them through my embossing folder. So I've now got embossed, I haven't stamped them yet. Don't know if that'll work now. All right, well, we'll try it that way round, but it may not work. I maybe should have die cut them, stamped them, then embossed them, but we'll see. And then this one, so I'm going to have this card, and from this one I'm going to use a punch. So bear with me. I was looking for my, oh, I think it's in here. Yes. I was looking for my favourite most favourite punch ever. Okay, so I just want 3 maybe. Let's make sure I can get 3 out. So always using it upside down. Then I can see where I'm punching. Then I can see that I'm going to get my 3 daisies. I won't throw this away yet. Okay, right, let's start putting some cards together and seeing where we get to. Okay, so we'll start with these. No, we'll start with the happy birthday one. Right, so this one, I'm actually going to, I know I layered this. I could have done this straight onto my card, and then I wouldn't have needed to trim this away. But I want the pink background against the white of my card. So I'm just going to trim away so you can't see the back of that card. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments. I'm just going to give up because I can't do it. I need a Brian. I love how somebody suggested Merv doing it when he retires. Now I'm going to show you. Can you see all these hairy bits? I don't know if you can. Might not pick it up. If you just run your nail down there, and you'll see them all fall off. Should have put my card under it, then you'd be able to see it better. But they will all fall off onto your card, and then you won't get them on your actual card. It's because I'm using a chrome plate for that finer precision cut, and then it makes it wispy. Okay, so because doesn't matter about the state of the back of the card, how badly I've cut this down, and now I've blocked my glue bottle up because I left the lid off. Okay, let's go to a different one, but I have a horrible feeling. Oh, I think there's actually a bottle of, there we go. Right, there was a bottle of glue I used to use, so let's see if this will still work. Yes. So this is just like PVA sticky glue, it's called. It was honeydew sticky glue. Okay, so let's make sure I've got this in the right place, which I have, and then to match in with my, so that all the cards are going to have a similar feel to them, which is what I want. Like you could do, this would make a really nice present, like to give to somebody. You could put them in a box and give them to somebody as a gift. Right, bear with me. Because I want it all to match in, I'm going to use, I've embossed another piece of card, so I've got my dots on it, and I'm going to punch out 3 of my daisies, and then with my pokey tool I will curl and shape the petals. And then we can have a couple up there. So again, just curling and shaping, lifting the petals up and then around my pokey tool, just to give it that little bit of interest. Or actually we could have one there. Oh no, that's not it. That's my other one. Or should we have 2 up there? And then I'll come back in at the end and we'll do some gloss, do some glosses on it, or some liquid pearls maybe for centres. But card number 1. Okay, so now we can have card number 2. And I'm going to put this down onto my card, and I'm going to be a good girl and get my cardboard, which Merv got me a lovely sheet of cardboard that is nice and thin, so perfect for card making. And the trouble is I need to know where I've made the mark. Oh, am I going to chop it off if I do that way? Right, let's do this way first. Chop it off there. And then I think that's my mark there. I'll keep those bits for my sentiments for next time. Right, so we want a bit of glue on our cardboard. And I much prefer to use this because it gives you an all over. It raises up everything on your card, gives you a much nicer, flatter finish. Absolutely love using it. Okay, so let's add some glue to that. Now we could put it so we've got an even border around it and trim our card down, or we can put it in the centre, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to have top and bottom the same and side the same, and firm that down. And then we've got our daisies again that we punched out of the pink, so we've got some contrast. And this time, because we've got that extra piece of room, we can overhang our daisies this time. And I actually have this daisy punch in several sizes, funnily enough. So I'm going to have one down the bottom, and I know there was another one. There we go. So again, just curl those petals because it makes such a difference. It just gives it so much more dimension and interest. Okay, so now on this little bit, where's my other little one? So I have the same daisy but in a smaller size. This is totally broken, but I can make it work usually. And look at that, I got 3 out of there as well. And get it out. There we go. And I do the same with these. Just lift these up and curl those petals back. Just again to give it a bit of movement. A little bit of glue on the back. So a little bit like how I would put the glosses down in 2s, but I'm just doing it, adding another few little daisies. So we could have 3 here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring it out onto the card. I'm just curling these ones up as well. I can't believe all the glue I've got over my fingers. Look like a child. Let's pop that one up there. Just don't want it to look like an eye, that's the only thing. Right, okay, so that will be our second card that we'll add some glosses to in a second. So we'll do that all together. Now this one, I'll put that away for a minute, don't know what I'm doing on that one. Right, so next up I need to do some stamping. Let me move some bits out of the way, give myself a little bit of room. Okay, so not this one. Oh, I've still got all my mess from, I've taken my bit of paper out from when we did the washi tape. So I'm going to put the waste, I need a piece of paper, so we could use this. Yeah, I think we could probably use this bit of paper. We'll put that down, and then we will There we go, that'll nice and clean. So then we'll bring in our flower stamps that we've used. So we've used that one, and that one. And this one is easy to line up. And these two are difficult to line up. So one of them has quite a square, that's it there. There we go. So I might need to do it one at a time because that's touching the rubber of the stamp. So that's the spare one. And then this one, I think goes like that. So let's try them. So we'll pick them up. We'll come back in with that one. We'll stamp them up with our VersaFine, just to make sure, this is just to make sure that this is all going to line up, because I don't want to stamp on those and then find it's not quite right. So I'm going to do them one at a time. So I think my mat needs to move ever so slightly, and then we can pop our stamp in up the right way, obviously. Meant to do it wrong then. Make sure it's in the hole, and then as long, ink your stamp up, and as long as nothing has moved, we should be okay. We'll stamp that down, fairy fingers. Oh, do you? Oh, that's lovely. Oh, look at that. Right. You need to be a little bit careful because VersaFine takes a little bit of time to dry. So just be aware of that. So when you lift this out, don't put your fingers all over it because you could smudge it till the VersaFine is dry. But how lovely. What a difference that makes. Oh, beautiful. Right. Make sure this hasn't moved at all. Quite happy with that. Let's try. I don't know what this is going to look like. So there is... Oh, I have done it on the wrong side because that's... Never mind. Right, we'll have a deboss flower for this one. Let's ink our stamp up again. And like I say, as long as nothing has moved, then we should be okay. Maybe a little bit firmer with this one because you've got those embossed. You're not going to get perfect because obviously where there's embossing, you're not going to get that to come out. Looks lovely. That one can be that one. Okay, so then next up we did this one, which I didn't have lined up in the right place at all. So let's start with those two again. Let's bring, come on, put those two. Right, as long as I don't move the bit of card, it's fine. Actually, let's just chop it off. Makes it much easier. So I can move it over on my bit of card. That is all I'm trying to do. I'm being very lazy and not getting another piece of paper and card for underneath. Okay, so now we want this one, and let's line this up properly this time. So that looked like the 3. That's the 2. It definitely looks like the 3. Okay, we'll try that. And then this, that's the little one. So I think that is correct. So let's try. We can take that big one out. Don't need that anymore. Pick those up. These might need a good clean because they are, like I said, these are very old. Back to 2019. Good grief, that makes these 6 years old. Wow. And they're still some of my best-selling stamps. Wow. I still haven't got that in the right place. Right, this one, that looks like it needs to move ever so slightly. It's in the right place, but so we get the border right around it. Just want to move it ever so slightly. So then we'll put, let's do the white one first in case I mess it up. I've done it round the wrong way again, haven't I? To remember that. And let's pop that in there. Just ink that bottom one up. I will get that top one. This is why I mark them, so I know which way round they go. Oh, sorry, that looks lovely. That looks perfect. So this is ready for this one to go in, which is that one, that way round. And again, a bit of black, ink your stamp up. This is such a great way of doing your stamping on your die cuts that it's really worthwhile maybe having a day of doing lots, even if you do them white, and then you could colour them with ink afterwards. But, oh, just looks fabulous. Okay, so what have I done wrong here? No, it's definitely not in the right place. All right, let's try it again. Let's move it, put it there. Right, that one I don't need anymore. This one, let's wipe the ink off. I don't think I've marked it. That's why I mark them now. Right, so that looks like that piece. But that's not that bit. That could be that piece. Or it could be that piece. Usually it clicks in. Actually, that feels like it's clicked in. Right, let's try this. Sorry about this, ladies. You would think after 6 years I'd know how to do it. Right, let's make sure. Okay, I think it's in the right place, but not in the right place, if you get what I mean. Okay, let me just see, without moving the... Right, I'm going to do it a different way. Let's move this piece of paper, because I am struggling with this, and I'm sure that Philippa did it this way once. She stamped this out on a bit of paper. Let's get it where it's clean. And now her piece of paper mustn't move. And then she lined up. It doesn't help that it's, oh, I can't use that because I used it. It doesn't help because I've got ink on it, so it's a bit hard to see what should be there and what shouldn't be there. No, I think that is that piece. Aha. Usually when you know you've got it, you know you've got it. Right, that is correct. Wrong side. And I think it's that bit. There we go. I've got so much ink on a bit of paper. Oh no, now my piece of card's in the wrong place totally. Oh, I'm going to have to line it up again now, but at least I know where it is. Right. I am so sorry. I'm meant to be teaching you how to do this easily. I'll let you into a little secret in a minute. Right. Let's find the right bit to go in. Right, that's the right bit to go in. And then stamp that. And then that's right. So that's okay. So then we can pop this one in. If I can find the right way round. Right, there we go. That's it. Ink this up. And this will look better because this one isn't embossed either. So, because the embossing does take a little bit of the detail, obviously. It was worth the persistence. Look, it looks beautiful when it's done. You do need to keep on trying, you're right. Oh dear. Okay, so this one I'm now going to cut in a little bit further because I want to be able to curl and shape my petals, so I can give this some dimension as well. So again, still being a little bit careful of the ink because it can stay wet for a little while, and because there's a bit of a coating with the inks and the gold metallic paint, then I need to be a little bit careful of that. Oh, I've just had a thought. Okay, so I'm going to snip into this one as well. So snip down towards the centre. And then I can curl and shape this card as this flower as well. And we'll do the same with this one. So again, just down the lines of the petals into that middle, just so that I can curl and shape those petals up if I want to. Okay, so what just came to me is I think I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put it on with a bit of cardboard. I'm going to leave it so that I can put a sentiment here. But I'm just thinking I'd really like some leaves with this. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I've still got them out. So I'm very, very untidy. Nope. Right, so in my Perfectly Pretty, I'm going to use some of the leaves and I'm going to die cut. I don't want too bigger ones, do I? I didn't really want to do the stamping as well. I was going to cheat and just do the leaves. And I thought what I'd do, for anyone who didn't see it the other day, we did a little washi technique where you put pieces of washi tape down, and the first thing I didn't do was draw around my die. So you know where the area is that you need to cover. If you put your die down and just draw roughly around it, so that you know that if your pencil marks are covered, you're going to be okay. Then you're just going to put little snippets of washi tape down all over the bit of card, and I'm going to need to do a couple of these, and then I'm going to die cut them, and we'll have some really pretty green leaves that will work nicely. Oh, just thought of another way of doing it. Okay, I'll do one like this, and then I've thought of another thing I can do, which is why I got the pads out in the first place. See, I've remembered now. I love this bit of washi though, because it's got a bit of foiling on, so you just get that little bit of gold in there as well, which is lovely. So try to mix it up so you get a bit of each. So that there, and then just one last piece. Right, so, and it's a good reminder. I know we only did it last week, but it's a good reminder. Okay, so I'm just going to draw around this randomly, so I've got a rough idea, whoops, where to go. We'll do 2 leaves like this, and then I'm going to see what it looks like, this one die cut without stamping. And then for the other card, I could use foil or glitter card, just for something different. So we'll do that. And then I thought, yeah, then I thought something else I'm going to do to it as well before. Okay, so then we'll come in with some green. And because the washi tape is usually translucent, you can go over the top and you'll see some of that pattern underneath. So even though I've gone over the top of the green, I can still see that green leaf underneath. I'm not sure if I really need to go quite that far or not, but I don't want to die cut it and then find, oh, I did need to go that far. So one more piece. Okay, so we'll just die cut these and see what it looks like without any stamping on, and then we'll decide. so how lovely does that, I don't think we do need to stamp it. I think it works. You can see that they're leaves perfectly, can't you? So for this one, I'm going to put my leaves down, my flowers, no, oh, let's start again. Let's cut a piece of cardboard. I should just sweep it all on the floor and then hoover afterwards, shouldn't I? That way at least I might hoover. Okay, so cut it there, get my guillotine. Honestly, it is a good job you can't see everywhere. And I'm going to cut my piece of cardboard down to size so that I can put my embossed piece on first. Then I know what I've got left. Again, I will keep those for sentiments because they're perfect for that. And I'm going to put some glue on my cardboard and then put it onto my embossed piece. So pop it onto here. Yeah, I'd never thought to do that, and I will think I'll change the way I do it. I know when Philippa did it, I thought how clever it was, and then I think I've forgotten about it again. But yeah, it's brilliant. So I can either have my card, I'm going to have my card this way up. I like the same border on those three sides, and then I don't worry about it being a bit bigger at the bottom. I could always put my sentiment there if I wanted to, which would make it stand out nicely, or I can just put my sentiment up in the top there. Okay, so with this flower I like to have one of the petals facing down a little bit, and I'm just going to curl these with my fingers. I want them to have a little bit of movement or dimension. Don't forget as well, you can cut them up like Tracy does. So I'm going to put a bit of glue. I've got some flat bits on here still. I'm just going to pop it under the leaf, the petal a little bit. Have it so it's overlapping the edge. And then I'm going to put this one at the bottom because it's, to me it's heavier because it's got more printing on it. So it's, even though it's smaller, it just feels heavier to me. And that's how I determine where the flowers go, if you like. And then I want this piece to come, where are we going to have that? Oh, we could have it, or we could cut it and we could have a piece there. So if you snip this, we could have a piece coming out there and a piece coming out of here. So that's what we'll do. So we'll have that flower. I might actually swap it round. Let's just give this a little bit of a curl around my fingers. Put a little bit of glue on it, on the flat pieces, and then decide. Then I can stick it down all together. There we go. And then again, just curl and shape. I do love these with the washi on them. Don't they look lovely? They're just really different. And it's just such a lovely way to use your die cuts. And if you've got any washi tape, I loved Sue. I don't know if Sue's watching today actually, but she watched the video and then she had to go and buy some washi tape because she wanted to do it. But she had to buy 60 rolls. What are we like? We've all been there, haven't we? Okay, so I'm going to leave this bare because I could put thinking of you, I could put thank you, I could put all sorts. I can put some glosses, dot some glosses around in a second as well. So that's card number 3. This is our card number 4. So what I was thinking before I pop my piece down, because this has got gold and the pinks, it would be rather nice if I find the pink. which was picked raspberry. Gonna make a right mess now, aren't I? So I'm going to do the leaves as well. Let's make a little bit of room. Really want to do it on my mat. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, let's move. Oh, I've lost a little butterfly. Oh no, I'm really sorry. Bear with me. Sorry, ladies. I know you love my doorbell. Got a delivery that's not meant to come till tomorrow, but it's come today. Anyway, let's move. Right. Some of my distressed picked raspberry ink, a little bit of water. I don't know what's happened to my spray bottle. It's like such a fierce spray now. And then a piece of the really nice acetate that comes with the dyes now. And I'm going to, Philippa, I knew you would love it. I'm going to pick up some of that ink. Move all my bits out of the way. Get rid of all these horrible hairy bits. And then I can just pop little splats of ink down, and I'm going to remember that I want my piece of card here, so just pick up my little dots and just have a few of those in the background, so it's going to tie in with what I've got on my card. So I'm going to wipe that clean, and I'm just going to get Festive Berries, which was the red. And I'm going to do the same with that. A little squish of that. Bit of water. Bring my acetate ready, but I'm just going to dry this off. And what you can do as well, which I always forget, that Tracy and Hazel always do, and I forget, I can blot it, so I can help just take a little bit of the colour away as well. Oh, that looks lovely. Perfect. So let's just do a little bit of red, just so that we're going to tie it in. And what I do is I touch it down on my mat to try and get rid of any big bits. So I've got smaller pieces, smaller dotty bits. I just want just a few. I don't want to cover it, but I don't ever know when to stop with a background because I just love backgrounds. Nothing better than spending an afternoon making inky backgrounds. I must do that again soon. Okay, just reminds me why I love everything so much when I do that. Okay, so I'm going to pop this down and just wipe that excess off, and it knocks it right back, which is what I wanted. That's lovely. So I think I'm going to use a piece of cardboard to mount this up onto, and I want it to be almost the right size. So let's just come up that way a little bit, so only slightly smaller than my strip is. I'll just wipe off those splats. Okay, so I just wanted to make this one look a bit different to the other one that we've done as well. Like, I don't want all the cards to be exactly the same, but I want them to have a theme running through, because then I could make a nice box and put these cards in as a little gift set for somebody. I could put a range of sentiments in. I could die cut some thank yous, some happy birthdays, some thinking of you sentiments, pop them in a box with the envelopes, with a pack of stamps even. And what a nice gift to give to somebody. Everybody needs cards, like birthday cards or thank you cards, so I'm sure it'd be appreciated. And you've given your time and you've put your effort in as well. I think that's a nice present. Okay, so I'm seeing all these tips that I can't read quick enough, so I've missed the beginning. But apparently it's a great tip. Makes the flowers go further. I'm not going to tell. All right, okay. I need to go back and read what you've all been talking about. So I'm going to cut into my flowers on this one as well. And into my petals, not into my flower. I am going to curl and shape it. I might lose a little bit of the definition of the embossing, because obviously I'm flattening the card out against my finger when I'm doing that. But I do still like to have them curled and shaped. And I'm going to do the same with the flowers. Just into the middle so I can curl and shape the petals. I could have added a bit of colour with my ink pads if I wanted to, but I think I like it being white, so you get a bit of a contrast. Did I do that one? Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to curl and shape these as well. So you've got that bit of stamping, you've got that bit of interest with the embossing on it as well. I know we had to use the deboss side, but it still looks good. I'm not going to put a sentiment on this one either. I still have to have that one at the bottom because it's darker. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, and I have to say that these are so useful, not the red bit, these are so useful. I absolutely love these pads, and I'm going to die cut. I might use that gold actually. I think I will. So I'm going to die cut some of the leaves that we just did in the washi, but out of the gold. So bear with me. Okay, so now, oh, look at that. Just following the gold, because the gold is in the background on my pink piece that we had. So maybe when I do my sentiments on my cards, I'll die cut Hazel's sentiments with a gold shadow behind them, with whatever sentiment I put on the card. So let me just glue my flowers down first. So I am going to have this one there, so I think I want that one about there. Pop my big one down. Don't want it in line. And of course I've got my leaves to pop in as well, so pop my flower down. I think I'm going to trim them again, because I actually really like that. I like the fact that you get a bit more. Yep, so I'm going to curl and shape with my fingers the leaves, and then pop the glue, just tuck it behind. We can have this going up behind that little flower as well, but then curl and shape this one. And if you need to cut a bit of the stem off, you can always do that. To tuck it underneath, I might do that. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to have the same. I might pop that one down there. Again, just curl and shape them so they've got a bit of dimension. Bit of glue. Pop it under the petal, overhang it on your piece as well. And I'm going to chop round here. So I'm going to make it leaf shape. I'm going to curl and shape those and put a bit of glue on this bit. I'm going to tuck that bit in there. And then I'm going to have this leaf, curl and shape it. Tracy, thank you so much for teaching me to cut these up. I can't believe that I've never thought about doing it before. Okay, so again, I'm not going to put a sentiment on this because I don't know if I want a birthday, a thank you, a get well. Now, Donna, I've got these bits left. How? That's cardinal sin, really. But there we go. So let me clear the decks because I'm going to pop in some glosses now. So we've got 4 birthday cards out of that one piece of card, and I don't think it looks like I've tried to stretch it really far and not put enough on anything. So let me have a little look. Trying to use glosses that I know that are still available, because lots of them are almost gone. I think the red ones are still. I mean, I know what ones I want to use. Let's see what we think. Yeah, I do quite like. I'm going to use red ones on here. So I'm going to put big ones in the centres of my daisy. Whoops. Oh, you know what else I could have done? Oh, sorry. So I think it's in. No, that's not it. That's the wrong one. It is Sweet Meadow, I think it was. Yes, so in my beautiful blooms, you get these lovely centres. Now they might be too, oh no, they're going to be too big for the daisy, but they won't be for that flower. Oh, okay, sorry. Bear with. I just need to cut a couple of these. I just love this little bit so much. So give it a wiggle because it's the plastic of the glitter card that doesn't want. I should have run it through again, but you can usually get it out if you give it a wiggle. Oh yeah, look at that, lovely. Right, okay, so I'm going to go back to putting red ones on here. Sorry. And then I want just a couple of, what have I got in there? A bit of glue. So a couple of the medium. I'm really struggling because I have broken all my nails and I'm not used to crafting without any nails. Where's my craft knife gone? Oh, I thought I saw it. Oh, maybe I might be able to use my pokey tool. I prefer to use my craft knife, but okay. So I just need a little bit of a helping hand with picking the, see, then they stick to my finger. Right, so just a few of these little ones. I'm going to be so angry because as soon as I finish, I'm going to find my knife, aren't I? There we go. As long as it sticks to my nail, I'm all right. I can pick it up. And then just one more up here. Let's put them up by the flowers. as they are so easy to use, and I'm not making it look very easy. I thought it was here. Definitely have seen it this morning. Never mind. Right, so one finished card. Let's finish this one. So on here I am going to go, because I found a pack. So this is what I really want to do. Oh, we've got rain again. Okay, so, whoops, big ones, big glittery gold ones in the middles of the big glittery flowers, and then medium ones in the little daisies. There we go. And then if I can pick them up, we will have 1, 2, and whoops, 3. So second birthday card done. And then our third ones, third and fourth, let's pop this centre. So I like to just curl up the prongs on this middle, which is out of my Beautiful Blooms die set. The one that is all the, I'll show you it, I'm sorry, I flashed it quickly, it's not fair. Okay, well, it didn't help me to be able to read the comments anymore by having the computer in front of me, although it's much safer than where I normally put it, so that's good. So then I'm going to put red glitter in the middle of these. Oops. And then I'm going to have a few gold glitter. And you do have to be a little bit careful when you're going onto the embossed card, because obviously they're more likely to ping off. So I have a couple of those. I'll do the large and the medium. So that's that card with the lovely embossed background ready to go. And then my last one, so this one, I think I'm going to put red glitter centres again, just so you've got a contrast. And I'm going to use red glosses, just dotted randomly. We'll do 5. Oh, I've just thought, lovely, it's chucking it down. And when I finished here, I need to go and pick Merv's phone up because it got the screen smashed. Well, it's absolutely, I don't even know, you can probably even hear it raining. Still, the garden needs it, doesn't it? I feel like I need it. Perhaps I should go and stand out in the rain. Okay, so card number 4. So up close. I will take some photos for you. But I hope that that has inspired you with just, let me pop them all down so you can see them together. In fact, I should do that really, shouldn't I? And then it would work out nicely. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed that. I will go back and read all the comments. You can hear the rain. I thought you could. It's absolute. I don't know if I'll be able to turn you around to see. Bear with me. Oh, I won't. I'd have to hold the phone. Hang on. Because it really is. I don't want to click it off though. Oh no, okay. I don't even know if you can really see the rain, but it is absolutely chucking it down. Anyway, right, let me flip the phone now. If I can do that now, and I have to sit and hold it. I'm not risking putting it back in, it might click off. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that, everybody. I will go and have a nice cup of tea and read all the comments, and if there's anything to answer, I will answer it. But thank you so much for your company. And don't forget, if you make any of these cards, please share them, because I'd love to see what you make as well. But have a lovely rest of the day, and see you soon. Oh, the little thing I was going to tell you, I'm going on holiday next week, so I'm having a week off. So that's why I think I need it. It'll do me good. So I won't be live next week, but I'm sure there'll be something live happening. There usually is. I'm sure Tracy's back on Monday probably. Anyway, Philippa will post all about it. I know she will, and Tracy will. And yes, just have a lovely day and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.